What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. So, the Netherlands government just collapsed, and it collapsed for actually the same type of problem that the United States has right now. And we'll go over this here because this is a problem, and we'll see how much of a problem it is here. You guys can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. This is also a problem because in the Netherlands is, well, a couple different things. Number one is The Hague, the International Criminal Court. Okay, this is the same International Criminal Court which issued an arrest warrant for Vladimir Putin. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Also, here, number two, the Netherlands is actually the world's second largest food exporter in the world behind the United States, which you probably didn't know, and I probably didn't know before I actually did this video. Yeah, as I was looking up research about this, would you have known that the Netherlands is actually the world's second largest food exporter? Yeah, I don't think hardly anybody knew that, but it's true and it's unbelievable. Yeah. So, yeah, believe it or not, the Dutch government collapsed over their immigration policy. So, take a listen here to what just happened. And the US actually has pretty much the exact same problem going on right now. Take a listen.
Changes coming to the Netherlands. Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte says he is tendering his entire cabinet's resignation to the King, blaming the government collapse on a failure to come to an agreement with his coalition partners about immigration policy. Mr. Rutte says differences among the coalition members on the topic are insurmountable.
Migration is a large and important issue, both socially and politically. Now that we have failed to reach an agreement on this issue, we in the cabinet met to discuss the situation and collectively decided that the coalition had lost its political foundation. That is extremely regrettable and at the same time a political reality we cannot avoid.
Mr. Rutte says the next step is to set new elections.
Well, it turns out that even the prime minister couldn't handle the blowback because he had to turn in his resignation to the king as well. You can see here, Dutch prime minister hands in his resignation as the government collapses over migration as well. Yeah, this comes as Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte visited the king Saturday to hand in his resignation of his four-party coalition. We can't even get along with two parties, setting the deeply divided Netherlands on track for a general election later this year. Sound familiar? King William Alexander flew back from a family vacation in Greece to meet with Rutte, who drove to the palace in his Saab station wagon for the meeting to explain the political crisis that toppled his administration. Rutte declined to answer reporters' questions as he drove away the meeting that lasted for an hour, I guess, in exile, saying the talks with the monarch were private. The vexed issue of reining in migration that has toppled countries across Europe for years, that was the stumbling block that brought down his government. Yeah, migration issues. Does this sound familiar? Quote, we are the party that can ensure a majority to significantly restrict the flow of asylum seekers, said the leader of the anti-immigration Party of Freedom, who originally supported Rutte's first minority coalition 13 years ago, but ultimately brought it down. Opposition parties on the left also want to make the election about tackling problems they accused him of failing to adequately address, from climate change to chronic housing shortage and the future of their dollar. Does this sound familiar? Rutte negotiated for months over a package of measures to reduce the flow of new migrants arriving in the country of nearly 18 million people. Yeah, and think about this. The US has the exact same problem. millions of illegal immigrants coming into the US. Well, what, almost every year? We've had this exact same problem. Trump wanted to build a wall. There was people who didn't want him to build a wall. We're still dealing with this right now. We have, the expiration of Title 42 now is in there, and we got literally we're still dealing with this issue right now. And we have literally people that can't decide what should be done, what can't be done. We have, literally border towns, border states dealing with this issue literally right now as millions and millions of people are trying to get in, can't get in, illegal immigrants coming into the United States here by the day. And this has been actually going on in the United States for years. For years. This is the exact same thing that has toppled governments happening right now. Think about this. And it's like, what do we do here? And when you look at the United States, you can ask 100 people and get multiple different ideas of what should be done. Some people are like, hey, let them in. Some people are like, oh, no, we can't do that. We need a stronger border. And yeah, it's a significant problem. I think the majority of us think that we do need a stronger border here, and that the people that do come into the United States should come the legal way. You shouldn't just run across the border here, and you should come the legal way. But the problem is that if you want to come the legal way, it's very difficult for people to get in legally right now. I mean, we've seen the stories here. If you haven't, you should know about this. Is that people that want to come into the United States legally? It's like you get an appointment like years from now. Years from now, there's just the wait list is just ridiculously long. There's just millions of people that want to come into the United States, and at this point, it's just you just almost can't because of how long the wait list is. Yeah, it's a concern. It's just everybody wants to come to the United States, and there's just only so many spots. It's tough. It's almost tough. It's almost like that's just you can't almost. There's too many people who want to come here. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here with everything happening here in our country and around the world. So if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe down below. Click the bell icon after you click the subscribe button. It's completely free to do so. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the exact type of stuff that collapses governments. Yeah, is ours next? Yeah. Thanks for liking and sharing these videos. Click here. You won't believe what President Biden just did. And there's curfews going on right now across the US, and you won't believe it. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.